When you think about the economic indicators, again, we look at 20 major indicators, and the way these dials work again is you've got green is positive, yellow is neutral, red is negative, and then you have a dial on each one of them. The dark black is where we are today, and the gray is where we were the previous month. So when we're looking at these indicators, I'm going to focus, actually today, we're going to focus more on which ones have changed. So there's been several changes in here, and unfortunately, none of them went positive. So you've got the U.S. economic outlook, the yield curve, both of those have gone a little bit more negative. Housing and mortgages, they've gone a little bit negative. Housing market slowed down a bit. And obviously, mortgages have gotten a lot more expensive because interest rates have risen. You got the business outlook. Business outlook went from a high neutral to a mid neutral. There is a bit of pullback in business right now, which is not a good sign if you're trying to pull out of a recession. And then you've got the international outlook. Again, it went from more of a mid neutral now to a negative neutral. Because with the war going on in Ukraine and Russia, you've got a dampener going on here because it's lasting a lot longer than people had anticipated, and there is a bit of a worry that it's going to be spreading. So those are the big movers, and one of the things that I want to talk about is inflation. That's the one that was just kind of blocked out there in red. And how the gas prices are influencing inflation today. And I'll take a little bit of a deep dive on this. But before that, let's go back to January 2021. This is what the economics look like, the indicators from the market and financial industry. And it looked pretty good at that point. You really only had two reds, the political environment and geopolitical risk. You know, one of the things we talk about, Rocky, in investing and really any kind of major decisions, don't do it when you're angry or high on emotions, right?
Right.
And back then, even though the economy was going great, there were high emotions relative to the political environment. And unfortunately, people made some decisions relative to that.